A large bank like HSBC may look like a single entity, but it is actually composed of several business units that operate almost independently and have their own P&L. Each unit specializes in certain customer segments and product groups. Let's start with individuals. Remember Mark? When he was in medical school, all he needed from his bank was a credit card and a checking account. At the time, he was in the mass market segment because he had less than $100,000 of investable assets. Since graduation, he has taken out a mortgage and a car loan from his primary bank. He now has somewhere between $100,000 and $1 million of investable assets. This puts him in the mass affluent segment. The bank unit that serves the mass market and mass affluent segment is the retail or consumer banking unit. Retail banks offer simple deposit products, like checking and savings accounts, and lending products, like credit cards, car loans, and mortgages. Mark's medical practice is doing well, and he is on a path to over $1 million of investable assets in 10 years. At that point, he will be in the high net worth individual segment, and his bank will move him into the private banking unit. The private banking unit will provide Mark with personalized service and broader access to financial advisory products, such as trust or retirement advice. The bank will assign a relationship manager to Mark to help him navigate these resources and resolve issues without contacting the call center. He will also be offered other privileged products, such as discounted loans and credit cards with concierge services. Some banks have a wealth management unit, which has a more comprehensive offering than private banking, one that often includes investment management services. How about businesses? The furniture company, Trendy, also uses deposit and lending products, including a bank account, a term loan, a credit line to finance its working capital needs, and credit cards for its sales team. Trendy also uses transaction services, such as point-of-sale machines, to collect payments from customers, and an automated payment system to pay vendors and employees. Trendy's annual revenues are less than $20 million, which puts them in the small and medium-sized enterprise, or SME, segment. They work with the business banking unit. As Trendy's annual revenue increases to between $20 and $500 million, they will move into the mid-market segment. And once their revenue surpasses $500 million, they will move into the corporate segment. Enterprises in the mid-market and corporate segments work with the corporate banking unit. If Trendy continues to grow, they will raise a large amount of capital by issuing bonds or stock through an IPO. At that point, the bank's investment banking unit will help Trendy's CFO structure the terms of the bond or stock issuance, will find potential investors, and if there's an IPO, will guarantee to buy Trendy stock at a certain price. Note that every bank defines its customer segments differently. For example, some banks use income instead of investable assets to classify retail banking segments, or use different thresholds for each segment. Some banks also have an asset management unit that manages investments on behalf of the bank's clients. These units serve a wide variety of customers, from high net worth individuals to institutional clients such as pension funds. Not all banks have all of these units. Banks that take deposits and offer lending products to individuals and businesses, such as Capital One, are called commercial banks. Banks that primarily offer investment banking services, such as Morgan Stanley and Goldman Sachs, have historically been referred to as investment banks. Then there are banks such as J.P. Morgan Chase, Bank of America, HSBC, and Deutsche Bank that operate both commercial and investment banks. These banks are referred to as universal banks.